Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's another Technical Alpha podcast, Thursday, October the 9th, 2025. Got another great show lined up for you as always. Let me get ourselves situated here. Mr. Black is on screen, and we are bumping. Yeah, I got another great show lined up for you as always. Glad you could join us today, whether it be live or if you're sitting in your car in traffic. And after having just seen a video earlier today of the rush hour, like 8-car or 8-lane highway backup that happened in China after everyone was returning home from the holidays, I'll live with what we have. Shit was crazy. And you were looking at that from like half a kilometer above Earth, and it just looked like an entire colony of ants in vehicles going in one direction, getting kind of reduced from, it looked like, like a toll area where there were like 12, 15 fucking lanes, and then it was all being kind of funneled into maybe 4, and you're just seeing bajillions of cars all, and it's funny because like in those pictures, you can kind of see the colors of cars that are popular because you're seeing so many cars in one place at a time. And it looked like white, like the white, the grays, the whatevers. They're usually the couple of like black cars in there. And then red was almost all of it. Whereas here for a long time, and still I guess currently, we're still kind of stuck in the neutrals. There's a lot of neutral colors for cars. Although I've seen some red starting to make a bit of a comeback as well, to be fair, but nevertheless, that was a sidebar. Glad you could join us. And we've got lots of questions came in today, and we've got a good show because of it, I'm sure. We got lots to talk about. But before we get started, Mr. Black, the most important question of the week. How was your week?
Was another week.
Fantastic.
Nothing happened. Just
spectacular. Spectacular. I haven't asked in a while. How's the RP been last couple weeks?
Yeah, good.
Pretty good? Good?
Yeah. Things are
actual storylines happening right now? Like we're not just going like rise and grind? Okay.
Things are happening.
Because for a while there, it felt like you were just popping on, and it's like, I don't know what you guys were in the computer fucking parts business for a while, like ages ago, amongst other things, but that was on, like, it depends on what server you're on, I guess. The business changes based on the server, but glad to know there's some actual RP happening. Yeah, my week was mostly another week. The fall is here, the air is dry, my face is fucking terrible. The dry skin is abysmal right now. I could bathe in moisturizer. That shit ain't doing anything. It's gotten very dry. But we did have that one insanely hot day out of nowhere this week.
Yeah.
Like, surprise bitch, 33 degrees. Like, I went outside, I was sat on my doorstep because I was just looking to get a little fresh air before I started my stream up, and I lasted about 10 minutes. And I was like, nah, I can't be out here. Shit is way too fucking hot. It was actually like 33 degrees. Like, my God, it feels like July. What are we doing in October with this kind of weather? But other than that, yeah, just been a lot of just off-stream stuff. With baby-related things and some other house-related shenanigans that were, I guess, technically also tangentially related to baby-related things. But I did get the last of my case studies for real estate course done, and so I now have some practice exams that were graciously sent to me. So I'll be doing this weekend probably. I'll probably do those practice exams, see where my general retention is, because I haven't done any like course material in a while, other than doing the case studies. So the case studies are different than answering multiple choice questions from random shit out of the book. So it's been a while, and that was intentional because I wanted to see what I actually remembered. So I'll go in cold turkey, and then I'll know exactly what I need to perhaps study for and get ready. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, the exam will be over and done. If not by the next podcast, it would be the one after, and then that will be done and dusted, and we'll be off to the races. But yeah, other than that, just another week as well. Nothing crazy. I brought up the traffic thing because yesterday Em had a rare just 7 to 2 work day. It was an extra shift, so she wasn't in the full 12 hours, and so I actually had to contend with rush hour yesterday, which starts earlier now than it used to.
Yep.
In Halifax, 4 o'clock used to be the starting point. Now it's 3. And then what happened yesterday as well, apparently, I didn't find this out until I got home, but there was a major accident out on like around the Windsor. And because it happened out at Windsor, people were having to use Roby and then going around the city to circumvent all this accident traffic that happened, because it was apparently a big enough vehicle. It blocked like 2 lanes. And so the traffic was insane everywhere. Didn't matter where you went. It was crazy. I was pulling out routes in my head. I felt like I was an offensive coordinator in football or some shit. I was pulling out the shot, the chart of all the plays, and I was like, all right, fuck it, we can't do play action. We can't rush this bitch. We going for a Hail Mary. And I was going around the whole goddamn city trying to get out of the traffic, and it just did not matter where you went. You were getting caught in the overflow traffic. But nevertheless, it was a good solid week. I've been really still enjoying modding Skyrim. I am just about done Riverwood. It is a complete overhaul. It looks fucking sick. I made a player home in there. The whole 9 yards is fucking dope. So I'll be posting that up on Nexus Mods, hopefully in the next few days. There's just 1 or 2 other things to do, and then I'm moving on to the next place. But yeah, it's just been nice and to not, as weird as it is, not play games. I'm just, I'm at a point where I'm just not feeling like I want to play games. I just want to chill and do some other shit. And I think some of that's also just that, there's not a lot of games out right now that I'm dying to get my hands on and actually play. Battlefield, we'll probably talk about that today at some point. Battlefield's out this weekend. And so we'll see maybe if I jump in and play a little bit of that. But otherwise, yeah, it's just one of those things. Just not feeling it. But speaking of games and game-related accessories, let me just pull up our questions over here and let's see what we got. The first one's actually a movie-related thing, Mr. Black. This comes in from David. Said, did you guys watch Warfare? It came out back in April. He said, I saw it in IMAX in Toronto. Never have I ever had to step out of a movie theater only an hour in because I was getting cold sweats. But he said, this film did that to me. He said, I might have had an easier time had I not worn sweatpants to the theater, but goddamn, I needed some fresh air for close to 10 minutes. And then when I went back in to finish the film, I haven't seen it. Mr. Black, I believe, did see Warfare. I don't remember if you spoke much about it on the podcast around that time because it's been so long.
I just watched it like a month ago.
Oh, okay. So you were also on the back end of catch up. So
Probably
you didn't see
longer
it
than
in
a
theater,
month, actually. No. I
so this was at home. How are we feeling about Warfare?
I liked it. I do believe it was an A24 film. So it was good. The acting was good. It was intense. And what was cool about it is it was all like the movie, I think, is like maybe an hour and 40 minutes or something along those lines. But it's a straight hour and 40 minutes. So there's no time jumps or anything. It's a moment in time that goes for however long it was. I do believe that's how it went. Yeah, it's not like one of these it's not one of these action films that's like there's just a ton of action throughout the whole thing, but when the action goes down, it's pretty intense. The sound design was amazing. It was graphic, very graphic, and it was all based on a true story. So I like those. It was a good time. It was a good movie.
It's I think we talked about this before, probably related to Adolescence, which, by the way, I don't know if we talked about this, but they cleaned the fuck up at the awards for that show. Do you remember the Adolescence? That was the one that was basically all one take.
Yep.
Which is just fucking nuts. I still can't believe, it's easy to forget once you've watched it. It's been a while, but my God, what a production that was.
Yeah, like what is it? Warfare. It wasn't all one continuous shot.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Like,
it wasn't continuous. But like in terms of like how it was presented, it was like in a time. And what I was gonna say is that there is, because when we were talking about adolescence, because it's almost like the frame of reference when your brain knows it's watching a show or it's watching a movie, and we've been so used to conventions of time jumps and cutaways that imply time has passed or anything like that. When you take those out, like even if the time jump was tiny, so like let's say there's no time jump, but you're just going to a different location. Like there is something about your brain being so used to, when consuming a movie or a TV show, expecting that stuff, that when you kind of pull that out and you kind of just show things as like a continuous timeline, there's almost some anxiety that you get because it feels weird. It's almost like Uncanny Valley movie edition, where your brain is like having a harder time separating reality from fiction because those jump cuts and those time jumps and those other things aren't there. And so I don't doubt that if Warfare was employing some of that, not necessarily continuous shot, but like it looks like it's just one moment stretched across an hour and 45 minutes. I don't doubt that some of it, you don't feel like you're getting a break. Maybe that's where some of it comes from. It feels like there's no exhale from all the cuts and stuff.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I think you'd like it.
Yeah. I totally, I mean, I heard lots of good things about it, and I totally forgot about it. Like until I read it here, like I remembered hearing about it, but I never caught it. It might be something that Em and I check out. We're having a movie night tonight, so I don't know. Maybe we'll add that to the list of possibilities. Next up, we got 8-9-10. Said, hey Adam, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is likely to win Game of the Year, but there are some dark horses like Silk Song and Hades 2 that also have high praise. What would be your reaction if a different game wins Game of the Year? Well, I mean, depending on the publication that's providing it, Game of the Year is a subjective thing, in general. You can try to be objective as possible about it, but ultimately, the closest thing that you can get is you take all of the Game of the Year stuff and you look at how all of them, chose theirs, and then you see how many different places gave Game of the Year to different games, and you can kind of get like a better idea. In order to get closer to objective, you need to look at a huge sample of subjective things. And so, as far as like Mr. Keeley's awards, which is kind of like the centerpiece now, he's kind of like wheeled it into being the centerpiece Game of the Year thing because of the production. Do I think it wins Game of the Year there? I think it would be shocking if it didn't. Not to say that again, like you mentioned, and I don't know if you can call Silk Song and Hades 2 dark horses, but they are latecomers in the year. There is definitely something to be said about recency when it comes to voting for anything. When people have played something really good or watched something really good, and it only happened like 3 weeks before the voting for Game of the Year, there is absolutely something to be said about that versus Expedition, which happened many, many months ago now. There's definitely an influence there. But yeah, I mean, what would be my reaction? It's kind of whatever. For me, I feel like it's highway robbery if anyone, they could choose their own personal Game of the Year, but I think it would be like flippant ignorance if you didn't say that, your Game of the Year might be something else, but if you were trying to look at it impartially, Expedition 33 is the fucking Game of the Year. So, yeah, I mean, I think there will be absolutely, though. Somebody will give Game of the Year to Silk Song or some shit. I mean, the anticipation for Silk Song was ridiculous. And that will stand for something on its own. But nevertheless, yeah, no, it's going to be good. I can't wait for Mr. Black to eventually, sometime before the apocalypse, play Expedition 33. Whether it's on stream or just in the theater room, either way. I look forward to hearing his takes on it as he gets into it. But yeah, it's true. I mean, there's been a lot of like indie-ish dark horse or late contenders. Hades 2 and Silk Song are just just two of them. But yeah, fuck me, dude. Expedition 33 is the game of the year. TNT Productions, give us the Mount Rushmore of game studios. Could be old or existing. And he gives some examples. So their Mount Rushmore is Nintendo, Squaresoft, which is before the Square Enix buyout or the merger that created Square Enix, old Blizzard, and FromSoft, the creators of Dank Souls and Bloodborne and Elden Ring. So so there's 4 on Mount Rushmore. Currently, Trump's looking to go for 5, so we might have to change Mount Rushmore awards to 5 instead of 4 people. But for now, it's 4. So, I mean, I think Nintendo has to be there as a game developer in the Mount Rushmore regardless. You can't possibly, you cannot, no matter how mid a lot of their games have been in the last couple of years, the history of Nintendo has basically been floating a large part of the industry for like 40 years. So, it's Nintendo for sure. That's on there. So now we have 3. I think we both agree Nintendo is on that list. So really, we're talking about 3 for the all-timers.
Yeah.
You got any ideas?
Yeah. Nintendo. And it's just Mount Rushmore. So I don't have to say the order in which they're there. They're just there.
Yeah, they're just there. There's no necessarily order of operations there. They're just on the Mount Rushmore.
Nintendo for sure. Activision or Blizzard. So old Blizzard. I'm with
2010 and prior
here.
Like the pre-2010 Blizzard?
Yeah, I mean, I think I could even go up to like 2012.
Okay.
2012, 2013.
Just post-launch.
Yeah.
StarCraft
2. Yeah.
Okay.
I have to go with Rockstar. And I have to go with oh man, the last one is tough. Oh, Square Enix is pretty good one. I don't know.
It's Squaresoft, not Square Enix. So that's like
your Squaresoft. Shit. Damn, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Damn. Like the last one is tough because it's a toss up between Square Enix and Bethesda.
That's also old Bethesda.
Old, of course. Yeah. I mean, even Square Enix, it's kind of old Square Enix.
It's
right?
Squaresoft, yeah. It's like it's OG. Yeah.
Then again, like I kind of want to say Epic as well. From like what they have done in the gaming world as a whole, it's insane.
Yeah.
But since we're gonna go with my own personal, I'll go Square Enix. Okay. I gotta go Square Enix. I can't. There's just too many hits, and it's gone for like what 2 decades of just straight hits.
It's a lot of hits.
That's my Mount Rushmore.
I'm gonna go Nintendo. As already mentioned, Nintendo has to be there. There's no choice. There's one spot is permanently occupied by Nintendo. I'm gonna put BioWare in there. And BioWare was a banger right up until really like 2015. It was really the post EA acquisition that kind of fucked BioWare up, and got real rough in there when they had to do like Mass Effect Andromeda on the Frostbite engine and everything. That really fucked that was like the beginning of the end. But I have to put BioWare up there. They gave us a lot of good shit. So Nintendo, BioWare. I also have to say Blizzard, old Blizzard, has to be there because really Blizzard is the RTS genre. You know, there are other studios that
MMO
that could, yeah, and they all
World
like
of Warcraft,
MMOs, World of Warcraft.
Bro.
I mean, like there's a lot going on there. So, old Blizzard, BioWare, Nintendo, and in the last spot, oh, Mount Rushmore. Man, I want to put FromSoft there because I kind of agree that FromSoft is the new age. I would say FromSoft is the new age Bethesda because they're doing open world RPGs in a way that nobody else is. Because like Bethesda made a name for themselves doing open world RPGs in a way that nobody else even really attempted because it was too grand. And by the time they had gotten their foothold by having, because really like early on, they really fucked up their first couple of games. I mean, they're like Elder Scrolls Redguard was dog shit. It was really Morrowind that properly, solidified their shit. I mean, it was Arena, but Arena was still hyper niche. So yeah, I think I'm going to say FromSoft. I think it's going to be Nintendo.
No Rockstar up there. Wow.
Well, Rockstar. It's between Rockstar and okay. Let me say this. Let me do it this way. I will flip Rockstar in. It's contingent upon two things. Like, and the reason for this is like, if FromSoft gets one more Elden Ring level banger, it's really close between FromSoft and Rockstar.
Wow.
Because this is why.
Grand Theft Auto game.
No, I understand.
Outsold every single FromSoft copy ever made.
No, maybe 5. But Elden Ring,
insane.
Elden Ring sold a lot of, I mean, GTA 5 also, because of the online, allowed them to really milk the fuck out of it.
Dude, GTA 6 is going to literally, I mean, it's going to be fucking nuts.
I will say this. So I'm going to put Rockstar in as 4, and FromSoft is one more banger away from it being really difficult for me, because this is how I look at it. Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption are like Rockstar's 2 games. And there's something to be said about, and just, you know, for FromSoft, it's like, well, they also do, like, they stick in one genre, one lane. They got Dark Souls, they've got Elden Ring. It's all basically kind of the same formula. And there's something to be said about sticking your lane. But as far as like the knock-on effects, if I'm trying to take into consideration to some degree the impact that the games had on the industry in terms of like creating entire subgenres, like Rockstar, nobody really tried to, like, Rockstar went into it's an open world action game in a city instead of an open world fantasy game. And they're done extraordinarily well. I mean, fucking clearly. I mean, obviously they've mastered that shit. But FromSoft literally created what is essentially one of the closest things to a new genre that we've had in a really long time, because genres have gotten more and more difficult to break ground on in ways that we saw an endless run, and we are still seeing it, an endless run of what's called Souls-likes now. You're not seeing a lot of like Grand Theft Auto likes. Like, there are a couple that have come up over the years.
Because they cost so much money to do it right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
it's
for
like
sure.
You can't. It's hard. It's hard. Like one. So I had to look this up because Grand Theft Auto 5 has sold over 215 million copies. Right.
Oh yeah.
Elden Ring has sold 30 million.
Yeah.
Dark Souls series, like the whole trilogy, is 39.3 million.
Mm-hmm.
It's including the remasters. 10 million for Shadows Die Twice, 7.6 million for Bloodborne. I mean, dude, Grand Theft Auto 5.
It's also a way more niche category. Like the people who are going to go out of the way to play Dark Souls.
FromSoft has sold over 100 million copies across its major franchises. Grand Theft Auto 5 has doubled it.
Well, yeah, Grand Theft Auto Online has
6,
driven the fuck out of that, right? Because like before
it's a great game.
Leaned hard on it. It's a good game. I'm not saying it's not. I don't know why there's all this heat on it.
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is I would say if you were to ask me like what does a perfect, I'm going to say this is going to be hard to explain, game from a mechanical perspective of nuts and bolts. How much technology, how much shit can we cram in, and how good can we nail our beats in a single game? It doesn't necessarily mean it's the most fun.
Yeah.
It's probably Red Dead Redemption 2. And I bet you if you asked people at Rockstar, they'd probably say that Red Dead Redemption 2 is their crowning fucking achievement. Even more so than GTA 5, despite the sales. Like, I bet you if you asked them, they'd probably point at that. But yeah, I mean, I will say for now, I will say Nintendo, BioWare.
BioWare.
I'll put.
That's also crazy. That's crazy.
I don't think BioWare's crazy at all. BioWare gave us all of the OG like Baldur's Gate shit. They basically broke ground and made the best A or W RPGs for an eternity. They completely redid. In fact, they gave Rockstar further blueprints on how to do character dialogue in games. Everyone once Knights of the Old Republic showed up, the whole how characters interact with NPCs and stuff on screen, the discussion, the back and forth, the talking heads, all that shit, story delivery was almost entirely upon the foundations of BioWare. And then they came out and they crushed everyone again when they did Mass Effect. And they fucking buried everyone. It is only after EA came in and bought them out and then started to like fucking force their sloppy fucking EA penis down their throat that BioWare fell off the cart. Up to that point, they were basically setting new levels of story delivery in every game that they put out, whether it was Dragon Age or Mass Effect or otherwise. And also, I will contend that Mass Effect as a unique intellectual property with its lore and everything else that's behind it is singularly towards the top. I mean, in modern gaming, you would have like I would struggle to think of any other unique intellectual property in which there is no fundamental basis for like anything. It's not trying to be something else that has the amount of quality writing and lore, world building, universe building that Mass Effect does. Nobody else has done it. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to ignore it. It's not the most exciting one. It's not the one that necessarily sells 250 million copies because people want to go online and spend $100 a month on GTA Online points to buy another mansion inside of GTA Online or some shit where they can crank out all that stuff. Like, it's not that. In the same reason that that Red Dead Redemption 2 didn't sell anywhere near the copies that GTA 5 did. But I would say that Red Dead Redemption 2 is a significantly better overall game than Grand Theft Auto 5 is. And I think Rockstar would agree with that statement. But yeah, I mean, BioWare. I will die on the BioWare hill, no doubt. I will put Rockstar in, but I will die on the BioWare hill. We got an entire. It's just been, I think some of it's been so long that I think people forgot that almost every way in which all other story games have been delivered are built on the backs of BioWare from like 25 years ago at this point. So yeah, I'll die on that hill for BioWare. But yeah, I guess that makes it Nintendo, in no order, Nintendo, BioWare, Rockstar, FromSoft, I'll put on the outside looking in for now. And then what was the last one I said? I'm forgetting the last one I've already said. I already gave 3 previous. But either way, yeah. I mean, I get it. Rockstar is fucking crazy. You know, they're kind of a singular thing. They're the masters of they are the masters of do one thing really fucking well. And don't fucking go outside your lane. Stay inside your lane.
Should do that. I think everybody should do that. I
think it does. You know. I know. I agree. I think they should, because that's what produces the best results. You know, the idea is like it's the stupid fucking cheesy thing that everyone always quotes Bruce Lee for. There's a few, but probably the most quoted one is I don't fear the man who's practiced 1,000 kicks once. I fear the man that practiced one kick 1,000 times. Whether he said that or not, the sentiment is true. You want to be fearful of the person that has mastered one thing most of the time, because even if there would be a weakness to poke in there, they're so fucking good at that one thing that even the weakness that should be presented with that singular focus is minimized. And I think they're a master of that. And it just so happens that for Rockstar, as it turns out, running over hookers and selling drugs on a video game, really popular.
Yeah.
It's a very popular thing to do in today's day and age. But that's a good question, because it's really hard. You know, that's another one you could revisit a lot, because it's again, like, just to think that for some of the stuff we're talking about, to get onto Mount Rushmore, we're talking about some studios where we have to change the narrative, where it's like old Blizzard, old BioWare, old whatever, because we're so far into the future now that we're seeing a new crop up of what, in 20 years from now, people will look back and say, look at how good FromSoft was in 2015. Look at how good X, Y, and Z were back in 2015. And then it's like, well, old Sandfall made Expedition 33. What the fuck happened to modern day Sandfall turning out trash? I think that's just gonna, it's the nature of things. But yeah, we're old. It's bound to happen. A Dent asks, what's your favorite bad movie? By bad, I mean generally disliked by critics and non-critics alike. So apparently just everyone hating.
Favorite bad movie?
Probably the one that I would immediately come to mind, but the problem is that as time has gone on, the non-critics, it's become a cult, like a cult movie because of how bad it is The Room. I mean, how do you not say The Room?
Yeah, but I don't like the movie. I think the movie's pretty bad.
The movie's hot, but it's so, for me, it's so bad it's funny. So I laugh when I watch when I watch it, because it's just, I did not hit, or I did not, oh hi, like the whole thing is just so bad. And to know that he spent like $6 bajillion to shoot it in analog and digital and all this shit at the same time, it's just so good. Just so fucked. It's just the worst movie ever made. But like beyond that, I would say the first Silent Hill movie, I like it. I don't think that it was well received by very many people. So I would put that up there. I'm trying to think of what else wasn't. Damn. It's hard to get one that's also that you like, but apparently nobody else did, because it's bad. Like normally maybe the critics don't like it, but the audience is still there. Wicker Man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Not the bees. Is pretty bad. Not the bees.
I don't know. I didn't even really like that movie. That was just fucking bad. One of them is Battlefield Earth. It's a pretty terrible.
That's a dark horse pick. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, it's like it's got what's his face in it there. Guy from Greece.
John Travolta?
John Travolta. He's in that. It's a pretty Waterworld.
Oh.
Waterworld.
That
Waterworld.
One got panned.
It is not a highly rated film.
No.
But it's Kevin Costner. I fucked with that movie. I
remember everyone shitting on that movie when it came out.
I might actually watch that movie again. It's been so long since I've seen that movie, and it is a fun film. A lot of fun. So yeah, I'm going Waterworld.
Damn, Waterworld.
That's mine. That's a good movie.
I mean, the only thing I could have topped that with is if I like Gigli, but I don't like Gigli, so I can't even top Waterworld. No, that shit was
movie. Yeah.
And the problem with Gigli is it's not even funny. It's not funny bad. It sits bad in the purgatory of just bad. You can't you didn't even get so bad that it's funny. Oh, no, this is another movie-related thing. The Jubinator asks, how would you guys change the last half of Oppenheimer to make it not as, in my opinion, he's saying, boring? He said, and then he's got a follow-up to that. But let's start with that one. How do you change the back half of Oppenheimer so it's not as boring? I'm okay.
I'm not changing it.
This is a super hot take. I never found the movie boring at any point in time. Probably because I knew what the movie was trying to be. This is not an action film. It was barely even a character piece. This was more like this is like a movie where people that either forgot or have never really learned even the periphery around Oppenheimer and the war get a little history while watching a bunch of people make enormous amounts of money coming together on screen at the same time. I think to some degree, I think that it is good that I was not wildly entertained by it, because the subject matter is grim as fuck. I wanted to come out the other side, having watched Oppenheimer, still feeling a little melancholy about the whole fucking thing. I mean, we're talking about the guy who literally put in the hands of the military the first atomic bomb that has led to, a nuclear arms race to the point where it's, mutually assured destruction. And he knew at the time. The famous saying, that he quoted, from I can't remember the name of the book now, but I am death, I have become death, destroyer of worlds. It's a melancholy movie, and it should probably be a little boring because of that, because I would imagine that perhaps to some degree the intent was to have you give you some time to think about what you were even witnessing in the first place. Right? Yeah. And how do you make it? But I mean, the test bomb goes off. They wisely don't show the real use of it. And then what else are you supposed to do? It's really about the struggle of the guy behind it. Can you imagine the fucking weight on that dude's mind? Can you fucking imagine? You are the man who has made it possible to basically enact death on a scale that nobody even thought remotely possible in a million years. Never could have imagined it. And then to know that you did it and test it, and you get this little bit, on one hand, you have this little bit of pride where you're like, I fucking did it. We pulled this shit off and we tested it and it worked. But then probably the immediate thing that happens right after you get this tiny bit of fucking boost to your ego, you're like, oh wait, this is literally about to be used probably in the next fucking 72 hours. And it's not going to be unleashed on an empty field on fake houses in the middle of nowhere. And the gravity of that, can you fucking imagine? I don't know how the fuck you even I gotta keep it real. If I was him, I don't know. I'd probably have fucking sent myself off a bridge. I don't know how. So I think it's probably good. I don't think I'd change it. What about you?
I'm not changing it. I mean, it's not an action movie. It's not supposed to be this epic climax where you're at the edge of your seat and you can't
because you know what happens.
You know what happens. You know the history, and you can't rewrite history. You have to stay true to the actual events. You don't want to Hollywood it up too much, because then now, especially Christopher Nolan, you know, he wants to be taken serious. He has to, and it's such a delicate topic. Like, I mean, you know, it's you know, was it the best movie I ever seen? No, it's not really it's not something that I particularly, you know, I'll never watch it again. It's like a one and done. Like, that's the show.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed the film, like, and what it was, and the acting in it, and the storytelling, and how heavy it was. I enjoyed that, but it's, you know, it's like Schindler's List, you know? You experience it,
you watch
like,
it
damn.
once.
You watch it once, and you're like, yeah, no, I've had my fill on that. I'm good. Yeah, and Schindler's List don't need to have some sort of epic, you know, Schindler's List was a little bit,
same reasons.
You know, there's exactly. It was, yeah. It's just you can't, bro. You can't. There's so many other movies out there where you can get that fix.
Yeah,
this ain't the topic to do it. You know, so,
it's one of those. It's one of those weird intersections of, like, could Christopher Nolan had just done a documentary? Yes.
Yeah.
But to some degree, and I'm not in Christopher Nolan's fucking mind. I'd have a lot more money if I was. But, like, I have to imagine to some degree that when he sat down to decide to do the project, part of the goal was a bit of education.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't necessarily to go out and make this big bombastic, no pun, fucking film that, like, grabbed everyone by the balls the whole fucking way through. Like, I have to imagine that the intent was a little bit of education, because we are seeing, for sure, you know, there is, I mean, notwithstanding everyone's hyper desensitized because online you see everything all the fucking time. Like, people don't even react to war anymore. But we are far enough removed, and this is part of the problem, we're far enough removed from that war that, like, over here where it's never come to our shores, there are people that just don't get it. They literally don't understand how any of that happened. They don't, or the gravity of that, or the impact that they've nothing, because we're so far fucking removed from it. And so, to some degree, I think it was a
this ain't Django Unchained, you know. This isn't.
No.
You know, this isn't a Tarantino slavery film where, you know, it's all action packed, and it's got the fucking flair, and the, you know, it's got the whippy one liners, and the fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's not Inglourious Bastards, you know what I mean? Where you're dealing with, you know, that type of subject matter, but you know what you're getting when you go in there. There's a level of like, you know, disbelief, and you're taking a subject matter and you're twisting it for entertainment. You know, there's just totally different, right? Like, there's a slavery movie where it's like, you know, like 10 years of slaves, or some other stuff where it's like really heavy stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, there might be some climactic moments and stuff like that, but they're not really pushing. But then there's the craziness to it, right? Well, that was not what Christopher Nolan was going for. You know, if you wanted some ridiculous stuff and be entertained, then you know, that probably wasn't the film that was going to do it for you. You probably would have thought it was boring. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, I think it was a good film regardless for me. I wouldn't change anything. You can purge his follow-up, you can purge one type of content from all of YouTube forever. What are you picking? He said, side rant. If I see one more, it's over. He's done. Thumbnail. I'm going to B2 stealth bomb every single goddamn server warehouse in the Western Hemisphere.
So we're trying to get rid of a type of content?
One type of YouTube content. Gone. Can I be honest here? I'm going to do this. This is a little bit. We're going to take some friendly fire on this collateral damage. Podcasts need to fucking go.
You might be, but podcast?
Yeah, podcast got to go.
Oh,
podcast got to go. Listen, as a bald white dude in his 30s, which populates 98% of all podcasts, I just got to say, a lot of people should never have been able to afford a microphone. I just got to be fucking honest, man. As one of those people that probably shouldn't have a microphone, I get it. All right, there's just too. It's just the podcast sphere got out of fucking control. You know, we just don't need it. I mean, the obvious one is AI generated content. I mean, that's the obvious one.
Yeah, but I don't see too much of that on YouTube yet. I see it, but it's not like,
it's mostly in shorts right now. It's still too early on for it to cross over into like the long form, but it's coming.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
Oh man, I mean,
pranks. Oh, that's a good one. Oh fuck, the prank videos.
Ooh.
Here's another one that would be a good possible choice. The on the street, like, interviewing couples.
Oh yeah, that shit. Yeah, I see a lot more of that on like Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, because they're typically also shorts or reels and stuff like that. Yeah.
Damn, the podcasts. Yeah, I mean, everybody's got a fucking podcast, bro.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. Oh, man, the pranks is such a good one. Yeah, get rid of the pranks.
The pranks is a really good choice, honestly.
Just get rid of the fucking pranks, bro.
That is
just
true.
Just get rid of it.
That shit goes crazy.
You know, at least with podcasts, you know, you do get some really good stuff once in a while, you know?
It's true. It's not that there aren't good.
And it's nice to see longer form dialogue between people to have real discussions. And there are podcasts that I do enjoy. There's too many. Everybody's got a podcast.
Yeah.
But, you know, you can kind of pick and choose. But, hey, ain't nobody want pranks, bro. Just delete that shit.
No, that's true. That's true.
Just get rid of it. Bye.
I saw some dude that was running around like with actual scissors, like cutting off girls' hair and shit in like parks and stuff.
Bro.
And I was just like, you can't. That's not a prank. That's just assault. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Just literal crime. That's not a prank. That's actually, you're just committing the secret ingredient is crime. And that fucking, it's not a prank anymore. Like, what are you fucking doing? Or the same guy had a fake syringe and he'd go around to people that were sitting on benches and stuff from behind and pretend to fucking inject them with shit in a fake syringe. Are you serious?
Yeah, just don't do that. You just don't do that, bro. You just don't do that. I remember seeing one online somewhere where a dude ran up to somebody and he said like he said something along the lines of like you want to get it was like stabbed or shanked or it was some kind of
is this
verbiage.
Like he goes? Is this like somebody goes into the hood and says something that sounds like they want to fight, but then they do? They're like, oh no, it's actually I just mean this.
Yeah, they pull something out. Yeah, but this one dude, he ends up doing it, and a guy literally pulls out a gun and shoots the dude. Like he gets shot. Like because the guy thought like he's threatening my life and pulled out a gun and shot the guy.
That's like, the kind of shit where he goes, you want to get popped? You want to get popped, son? You want to get popped?
It might have been something like that.
And then he pulls out a bottle of fucking like Coke or some shit, and he's like, you want to get popped?
I'm like, bro, guys, you're gonna go up on the wrong guy. Well, that guy did, and he ended up getting shot. He lived, but he got fucking shot. And it's like, bro, you're fucking around and finding out. Like, don't do that stuff, man. You don't know who you're rolling up on. That's crazy. All what? For some views? Damn.
And most of the time, they're not even great views. Like, let's be honest. Like, none of these people are pulling in like fucking enormous amounts of money.
No.
Like the best of them are pulling in like okay dollars and okay cents.
Yeah. To
risk jail time. I mean, the worst of them are the ones that are like, you know, over in other countries doing this shit and then they end up in jail. Like, that's the fucking...
Yep.
Why can't we do it here? Why can't we put them in jail here? Can we just put them in jail? Please. Where are we now? Let me see here. Joshua has a couple here. So gaming news. Battlefield 6 releases tomorrow. Is this the Grand Slam? No. I think it is going to be slightly above average slam. This is second base. You know, we got it out in the outfield. One of the boys fumbled it, but he's got a rocket arm. So you get all the way around second or around first. You get to second, but you see that he's picked up. And you know that if you try for third, you're fucked. So you stay at second. I think that's what this is. You got a man on second off of that one hit. I bet you the campaign's going to be fucking midfield. It's going to be basically a phone in. This is, you know what? This was let me put it this way. I think that this is how this will play out. Battlefield 6, and I put this in perspective. I enjoyed the beta. Battlefield 6's regular multiplayer is not going to be good enough to justify the amount of money they spent on Battlefield 6. It will pull in people, and it will likely do quite well for a decent chunk of time. But I still think that we are still, to this day, when it comes to reaching the proper huge masses in the online shooter space, even though I'm burnt out on it, lots of people don't seem to be, it's going to come down to their Battle Royale mode that we apparently know is coming. How good is the Battle Royale mode? We don't know anything about it to this point, really. So that's going to be the thing that they live and die by, because this will either be a mid-release where they get a fair amount of success for its regular multiplayer. Call of Duty shit the bed. Black Ops 7 shit the bed fucking hard. The sales are down. The player counts are fucking cratered. Like, this is their moment to seize it for sure. Everything is lined up for them. But the last you know what the last game was that had this exact scenario? Halo Infinite. And what happened to Halo Infinite? They couldn't capitalize, and now, you know, and then eventually COD came back. Because COD only gives you one miss, typically, in between. And then the next one comes out, and it's all over. Everything's back on Call of Duty again. So they got to crush it. And do I think they're going to? I don't know. I think it's going to come down to the Battle Royale, Mr. Black. Did you play the beta at all? Did you check it out? Because you used to be a fan of Battlefield. No?
I used to be, man. I ain't get, bro. Dude,
yeah,
I'm at that stage. I'm at that stage in my life, bro, where I just ain't got the time, the energy.
You got to get moved.
Seriously,
to play
bro,
a game.
I really do. I really, truly do at this point. Because if not,
I'm right there with you. I mean, that's why I'm modding Skyrim, for God's sake.
Yeah, bro. I hate to say it, man, but I'm at that age, bro. And to be frank, if it wasn't for role play, because with role play, it's like I'm playing a game, but it's not really,
it's
different.
Know,
it's story driven, you know, like, and it's collaborative. It's different.
It's a creative outlet.
I understand that.
It's more of a creative outlet than it is playing a game.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, and I get what I put in. You know, if I want to just be kind of lazy and do minimal effort, I can get away with that. And if I want to like really, you know, get creative and do whatever, I can do that too. But like, yeah, I think I'm just at that stage in my life, at that age where it's just video games in general is just not scratching that itch that I used to have, and I don't even really have that itch anymore. Like, I still love video games, you know, but like, honestly,
listen, we've played a lot of games, and
not,
you have to do something to get you excited. Right? I mean, this is like you've been if you've been a hardcore gamer for fucking 25, 30 years, you know, the chasing the dragon analogy gets applied after a while, where it's like you've experienced the highs, but now you need something more to get back to that high again. And like, so you get that, but it's also combined with, in all honesty, the quality of games generally we spoke before is just shit right now. Like, there really are like a small subsection of great games.
The best analogy I can come up with is like when I was like 16 years old, you know, a chick could just blow on me, like,
and you're busted.
And my dick would get raging hard. You know what I mean? Like, just dick is hard. You know,
you get looked at the right way.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I could be in high school and like my dick is like all I have to like
doing the waistband tuck,
my pants. Yeah, I have to wristband tuck my dick. You know, just because this chick, you know, like now it's like you gotta put some work to get this dick hard. You know, like sometimes like I'm in, sometimes it'll just get hard, but like, you know, it ain't like it was before. You know, no. I ain't quite at the Blue Chew or any of these other things. I haven't. You know, I ain't there, but
it's not a mechanical problem. This is a we've just been here.
Bit for me. Yes, I've done this.
Yes.
Countless times. Don't get it twisted. I still like it when the dick gets hard and I can do things, okay? But like, you know, sometimes I just look down at it and I go, you know what? I don't need that today. You know what I mean? You know, or if I wake up, I'm like, oh, this shit's hard. You know, maybe I ought to do something with it because I might not want to do something with it tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that with video games now. It's like, you know, sometimes something will come out and it's just like, yeah, fuck, I didn't even know I wanted that. Give me that. But most of it is just generic shit that I'm just like, it don't do it for me. I'd rather just keep playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online and just, you know, have that mundane sex. Like just the shit that just like, you know, just the easy, repetitive, you know, I'm gonna hit you with the 3 position and then I'm gonna go type shit. I ain't got it I'm pushing 40, you know? I can, but like that's special. It's like once or twice a year. I'm gonna pick you up and throw you around and put you in 8 different positions and fucking, you know what I mean? Give you the extra half inch. But beyond that, no, it is, you see is what you get. And that's just where I'm at with games right now, man.
Yeah.
That's just where I'm at.
It's true. It's true. It's just, you know, it is what it is. Said Microsoft confirms Xbox next-gen console development. We already knew about that anyway, but denies cancellation rumors. Yeah, that's it. Bets on if it's an actual computer. I mean, we've talked about the fact that we both believe that as consoles go forward, they're just going to become more and more computer-like because they have to in order to justify the money that they're charging.
Yeah,
they don't have a choice. But you know, nothing that they've been doing in the last while makes any sense. I think it's indicative of the internal. You know, I bet you it's a hellscape in the Xbox division right now. People probably have no idea what the strategy is themselves. We've seen this before with Microsoft in the past. I mean, you're talking about a company where every time the Xbox division heads have tabled something to the Microsoft CEO and board, they've had to fight tooth and nail every time to do actual gaming related shit that usually ended up being the reason why Xbox didn't die. But Microsoft every time is like, no, go fuck yourself, do this. No, go fuck yourself, do this. To the point where they like early on, and we have like people who were at the original Xbox even, like the first one out the door when Billy Boy was still there. And they just lied to him. They just said, yeah, okay, Bill. And then they ignored his wishes and went and did some other shit, and it ended up being the reason why it was successful. Microsoft has been too long fucking with the people that they have spent money to hire to run the Xbox division, and every time they do, they crater a little harder. It just so happens that every time they get to this point, Microsoft has more money to be willing to throw around. And every time they just keep giving themselves an excuse to spend more money on Xbox. I mean, this is the same company that with 360, huge dub of an era for them, even with the Red Ring of Death. And their immediate response to that was put Don Matrikin as the head and turn it into a TiVo box? That is only a Microsoft, that is a Microsoft side. That ain't people that play games doing game development. That is somebody sitting at the top of Microsoft going, yeah, that's what they want, a TiVo box for football. Like, it's just full-blown retard status over there with Microsoft. So this is it's a mess over there. And yeah, is there another console coming? Yes, because they've probably already spent a shitload of money on research and development for the next console, which is why we know about it from the court documents on some of the shit that happened this year. So it's coming. It'll be more like a computer than the last one. It'll probably cost $1,000, and nobody will buy it. And then Microsoft will finally just get rid of the Xbox name, Microsoft Gaming, full-blown publisher, and all of the IP that they're sitting on will be wasted, and then we'll be down to playing indie games on Steam, Nintendo games that have also become, unfortunately, mid, and the 40,000th sad dad PlayStation game that will have been released. And so we're going to be saved by the indies. Pray for them. They're your only fucking hope right now, boys. Pray for them. Digimon Story, Time Strangers released last week and finally in competition with Pokemon and Persona. Dude, that game blew the fuck up. My moderator, Fox, been playing the fuck out of that. He's a big Digimon fan. It blew up selling a shitload of copies. Yeah, I mean, it just proves that Pokemon from the game side is just ass. But we already knew that. Nobody needed to be fucking told. Everyone knows it's ass. But children don't care if it's ass. That's the problem. They will buy it anyway. They do not care how cheeks it is. AI Sora 2 has been out causing copyright drama. Like Stephen Hawking's warning about AI was kind of similar about this. As Sora 2 videos go viral of him skateboarding and doing MMA fights. Hell yeah, Stephen Hawking in the MMA arena. Yeah. I mean, we're cooked. What do you want? We're cooked. That's not even a joke. We're cooked. I mean, we're like, go look at the classic example 2 years ago, Mr. Black. Will Smith eating spaghetti. That was the old meme. Remember? Like, look at how bad AI is. Oh, Will Smith fucking eating spaghetti and it looked ridiculous. And go look now. You can still tell it's AI if you look hard enough. You know what you're looking for. But that was a 2.5 year gap.
Yeah.
Do another 2.5 years. Will Smith's gonna be making the spaghetti, gonna be eating the spaghetti, and that shit gonna be fucking. He's gonna be.
We won't even have to be here. We'll program AI to be us, and they'll do the podcast, bro. There'll be AI streams. There will be streams on Twitch.
Oh, just AI.
Where it's just AI, and we won't even know.
We're already we are cooked. Dr. Samurai, building on last week's discussion of Interstellar. Just wanted to say that docking gives me the chills every time I see that scene. Oh, like the actual, yeah, when they're I'm assuming it's the one where Matt Damon makes the fucking horrible decision, gets himself killed, blows off part of the fucking docking bay, and then they are manually rotating and manually docking up, and they're like countering the spin and all that shit. That shit's crazy. That goes hard as fuck. It's true. That's a hard scene. I mean, just about you could pick 1,000 scenes in Interstellar. Yeah. They go hard as fuck. I mean, it's just, like, it's full of them. Marky Mark asks, how much of the regular news do you guys pay attention to and from which outlets? Not much, almost zero. And usually it is by happenstance that I even consume it. I'd stick to as much local news as I can. So, like, if I'm consuming what would be considered regular news, I mean, I'm talking, like, literal local news, like, as in Halifax. Happening here. Things here. Events. Stuff at, whatever, like, services that might be out. There's something happening with NS Power or the Water Commission or some other... Like, that's, like, if I'm consuming anything regular news, it's almost exclusively that. And usually, honestly, it's radio... on the way to work driving him in. That's like 90% of it, because in general, like it's for one, I gotta be honest, I would have probably, there are periods of time where I can afford mentally to be locked in on news. It's not very long, and then I feel like I'm seething with anger, I hate everything, and I need to fucking back off of the gas pedal for a while. And that's not just regular news. That's any news. That doesn't matter who's delivering it. I just need to back off the gas pedal because my empathy tank or my ability to process the level of stupidity or insanity and not be able to make sense of it, it runs out. And then and my only response mechanism at that point is anger. And it's not healthy. So I've got to just fucking back off on the gas pedal. So for me, to answer the question more directly, I watch basically everything. If I'm actually interested in a topic, the thing that's happening, like anything that happens, I'm watching everything, every side, because the impartiality thing is a bit of bullshit. It's almost always, there are examples in which obviously somebody's just fabricating fuckery, but it's almost always somewhere in the midst of everything. And kind of like we were talking about earlier, almost like with the Game of the Year awards, in order to find objectivity in a medium that is providing a lot of subjective takes on things, you have to consume a super broad range of subjective content to find the nuggets of objective reality hiding in there And so I force myself to watch everything. So I don't really dial in on any specific. And so that's regular news outlets. That's, commentators online, written form, fucking video form, podcast form, doesn't matter. If it's something that I'm concerned with, I'll watch it all. But otherwise, yeah, it's like I have to be careful. Because my only response mechanism is anger most of the time. Like, fuck, how are we here? Why are we here? We don't have to be here. So why is it even like, and then I just get angry. So I have to fucking back off on the fucking gas pedal. What about you?
Yeah, I don't watch too much. There are specific topics that I follow up on. But yeah, I don't really consume, like, I don't watch like news networks typically. A lot of the stuff I watch is like YouTube based, or I'll see the odd thing on social media, whether that's like X or Instagram or something along those lines. But yeah, I mean, I'm only hyper focused on very select topics. A lot of the world news I don't really pay too much mind of. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't. All that stuff just it stresses me out too, and I feel it because I'm very opinionated on very specific things, and I try not to. I watch some of the stuff and I just talk to myself. I don't really, you and I will have a discussion once in a while, but I mean beyond that, I don't really dive too deep into stuff because ultimately, it usually goes nowhere. It's just it is what it is, And I just, and when I know, like, I'm good about it, I know when I've had enough. Like, I can know when my mood is changing.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
exactly.
I'm going down a rabbit hole. I'm just like, no, that's it. I'm off. Right? Like, I'm barely on X. Like, I'm barely on X anymore. I don't even.
No.
I don't use TikTok. A lot of the stuff that I do watch would be on Instagram. Like, I am on Instagram a decent amount, simply for my own uploading and stuff like that. But and then YouTube is like my mainstay. So there are just people that I'm subscribed to, whether it's news related, but not like, I'm not like subscribed to like CBC or Fox News or CNN, or I'm not really, I'm not subscribed to those channels, but there are content creators that I follow on both sides that if there's a specific topic that I see that I'm interested in, then I'll watch it. But I don't watch news every day, and I don't comb through all of the news to see what's going on. Even on X, I don't go into like the news category and what's going on in news today. I just don't.
No.
If it ends up on my feed, it ends up on my feed, and if I see it, okay. But I mean, yeah, that's just where I'm at because I don't have the headspace for it. I don't have the time for it. Yeah. It's just, and everything's just so grim and just.
Because that's what sells, right? And, that's like another thing that I've also like I'll temper myself a bit on is when something does like a breaking news situation. I almost entirely not ignore it, but I will not put much weight on it until 2 or 3 days have passed. Because the 24-hour news cycle, and it's not that this isn't just a traditional news media problem. I mean, people that do their own punditry on YouTube and social media are doing the same thing. Everyone's racing against the algorithm. They want to be in, they want to be there, they announce it. And so usually, even if there is some truth in whatever the breaking news is, we don't get the actual full-blown fucking reality of it until like 2 or 3 days later. It's just that everyone is jumping in to be first on the fucking 24-hour news cycle that used to be locked into TV, but now it's jumped into online. And so I'll usually like, I'll wait a couple of days and then I'll go and be like, okay, what's happened? It's been 72 hours. What has all happened in 72 hours so that we can get rid of some of the just like immediacy of people trying to be first on it. Oh, coming in from the hot, pulsating rape developing titties. Said, what's your take on Texas stand your ground / castle doctrine gun laws? Do you wish it existed in Canada? And then he gives a definition here where he said, the castle doctrine allows for the use of deadly force to protect one's home against intruders when there is a reasonable belief that the intruder intends to harm or commit a felony in the home. Under this law, there is no duty to retreat from your home, and you can stand your ground to defend it. The law protects a person from criminal prosecution for using such force. I have always thought it crazy that we have tried to skirt that here. I think the only reason, in truth, that we've been able to skirt it for as long as we have is population density is not there. And generally speaking, of the types of crimes historically that have been perpetuated across the country, whether you're in cities or outside of cities, home invasion, meaning when you're still home and somebody breaks into your home, is incredibly rare anywhere in this country. And still is. Like it hasn't really had, like, there's not been some sort of huge uptick. And so I think that's the only reason that it hasn't spilled over into being a thing. If it were to start to really ramp up, then you would clearly see a push from the general population. Because it's not like Canadians, even gun owners, you don't see a lot of lobbying for castle doctrine ever spoken of in this country. It almost never happens.
It's happening now. It's happening now.
Oh, sure. But that's because there's a general sentiment around, like, whether it's the border, immigration, everything else. It's kind of packaged all into this one, everyone's in hardcore defense mode. So I'm not surprised.
Oh, it's happened recently, and it's been on the news. Like a father got,
There was one here in HRM somewhere recently. Sackville?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think maybe. So it's not that it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't happen. It's just that proportionally it's been so rare that it's once in a blue moon it will crop up. But I think that's probably why we don't have it. Do I think we'll probably move to eventually have it in the future? I think it will be province by province, more than likely. Alberta would be the first one to get it. If Alberta doesn't have it, nobody's getting it. If Alberta's Alberta's the Texas of Canada. So if Alberta doesn't have castle doctrine, nobody's getting castle doctrine.
God.
What?
The Texas of Canada?
Well, I don't mean in terms of like they're the same in like all aspects, but in terms of the gun ownership rate and this general political sentiment of being Texas is the most right-leaning state arguably in the country. Alberta is the most right-leaning province in the country, bar none, full stop. And they're typically the ones that are the higher gun ownership rates. And by extension, I would imagine probably would end up being the ones that would be advocating for castle doctrine before anyone else for the same reasons. Not that it's a negative thing. For full disclosure, I wouldn't mind having castle doctrine. I don't hate the idea of it. I think that if somebody breaks into your home and you're still in it, why would there be any rights extended to the person that just broke into your home? Because what's the lowest common denominator there? Like, what are they going to do? Oh, I just broke into your home because I wanted to steal some milk from the fridge. Like, okay, it's still pretty fucked up that you're in here. I'm probably still going to beat your ass with whatever object I can get on, my hands on. That's going to happen because you broke into my home. Like, I'm not going to assume that if you are crazy enough to break into my home when you see a car in the driveway, that you are not also likely to have already mentally prepared yourself to defend yourself against the people that live in the home. I mean, it just follows logic. So, like, I would be totally for castle doctrine, 100%. I understand why we probably don't have it yet. I think for the reasons that I explained. I think it's just not been something that has happened enough that it has lit the fire under enough people's asses to kind of push that topic above other topics of the time to get people, like, talking about it. And by people, I mean politicians looking to get elected. And so, but as time goes on and the population goes up and density gets higher, I don't doubt that it will. And as times economically, we're going into a pretty economically turbulent time, that is likely going to attribute to more break-ins, more things of that nature, more crime in general. It just seems to track that way. We'll probably talk about it more, but I would definitely be for it. I mean, let me put it this way. Castle doctrine or not, if somebody breaks into my house and I'm still in it, I'm going to jail.
Yep.
Like, what, do you think that I'm just going to let you break into my home and steal some shit and possibly attack me or my wife or my child and just be like...
Or your child?
sorry, we'll just if you give us a second, we'll just leave. And then you do what you need to do, and then I will call the cops with your description, and then I will hope that they catch you later. No, I'm going to grab an object, and I'm either going to be hurt myself in the process, but I'm also going to make sure that you also go to the fucking hospital if I can make it happen. You broke into my house! Am I going to try to kill them immediately? No. Am I going to probably try to subdue them, knock them the fuck out with anything? Grab a fucking stool, anything. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Now, if they break in and they've got a weapon and I don't, I'm just getting I'm gonna say, Joe, do what I can to get my kid and my wife out of the house. But like the logic behind there are protections for the person that just broke into my home is fucking insane. And I would just ignore them. Be like, all right, I'm going to jail. But like, what am I gonna do? Just give up my shit? No.
Yeah. Oh. No, I'm the exact same way.
Yeah.
Listen, we're the men of the house. We're the protector. You know?
Like, what are you gonna do?
Who wants to be married to a man that is not going to do everything in his power to defend his castle against intruders that are there for wrongdoing purposes only? That's it. They ain't coming to ask if you got a cup of sugar.
No.
Like they're coming to steal your shit or to harm, or I don't care. I don't give a fuck if they're mentally ill. I don't give a shit.
I don't know
if
that.
Nor
am I going to psycho-evaluate them.
And I don't care.
No.
I don't give a fuck. I don't think that in my mind. Right? Like, I don't give a shit.
Let me de-escalate the situation here to find out if this person is mentally ill. No.
I don't give a shit. If you're mentally ill and you come into somebody's home, expect to die. It's that simple. Like, that's where it could go. Like, I don't know what else to say. If you're just fucking crazy or you're just a thief, expect possible death. I mean, what else do you expect from going into somebody else's kids and a wife? Are you there to hurt my wife? To abuse? To use? Are you there to hurt my child? You're dead. This ain't I'm grabbing a stool and I'm trying to knock somebody out. I'm looking for the deadliest weapon I have at my disposal, and you are dying, or I am dying trying to kill you. It's that simple. Listen. If I have the opportunity to get out of the house with my entire family, knowing somebody's in my house, I'm taking that option. I'm not running out there in harm's way just to do it when I know there's a safe exit. But listen, if my son is in another room and there's an intruder in my house, I'm not I'm grabbing something that's going to
inflict grievous harm,
inflict the most damage possible that I can get to immediately.
I'm not playing the game of
the gun
proportional
safe is opened immediately.
Proportional force.
No. I'm sorry. Just don't come in. Don't, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I would expect that for any household.
Yes.
I mean, it's just nuts.
Yeah.
It's just nuts. What am I gonna do? Tell my wife, hey, no, Kyle will be fine in the bedroom. Just, hell no. Am I supposed to? My wife's scared shitless. Somebody's in the home, dude. It's time.
So question.
It's time. It's do or die. It's time. I'm sorry. I hate the situation, but it is what it is.
Somebody decides.
Canada government goes, oh, whoa, Jeff. Yeah. Why did you stab this individual or shoot this individual? You're going to jail. Take me, motherfuckers. I will do it. Over and over again. You can put me in jail for the rest of my life. You can kill me. You could give me, you could put me into prison until I am 112. and I will never see the light of day again. If that means that I get to save my family,
then yes.
Sorry. It's a yes every time. Your laws don't scare me. I'm sorry. I will do everything in my power. Now, I will do everything in my power to get out of the situation without having to. I'm not going, oh yeah, baby.
It's time.
Somebody's in the house. I've been waiting for this. This is my opportunity to just go out there and murk somebody. And
no, because you know you're going to get murked as well.
Yes,
there is almost zero chance that if you're going to go and do that you're getting out unscathed. This ain't John Wick.
Yeah, no, this ain't John Wick, bro.
You ain't getting out of that without getting fucked up. I'm
sorry. Canadian government, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to beg them or give them your car keys or tell them where all the expensive electronics are in the house, valuables, and tell them to be on their merry way and then call the police. Oh yeah. Oh, you want me to call the police and they take what 30 minutes to get to my house? Like what the fuck is this? I got an intruder in my home right now.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's crazy. It's do or die time, bro. I don't care if you're in here to try and steal my PlayStation 5. I'm going to try and steal your life. It's that simple. Don't come into my home. And dude, if I was breaking into somebody's house, I would expect the same thing.
Yes.
I would expect to meet a 12-gauge shotgun that somebody uses to kill fucking game, to use it on my ass, even though it's against the law. Because guess what? I'm breaking the law and going into somebody's fucking private home. It's one of the most
it's just the most
horrible things that you could do,
things
that you could do to somebody, bro.
Yeah.
And you got kids in the house. Are you crazy?
No, bro.
No, bro.
I mean, think of it this way. If somebody breaks into a police station on Gottingen Street and they got a knife because they know that some shit's going to go down if they break in, but they want to break in and try to just cause some bedlam. The cops aren't going, you know what? Just, you do what you need to do and leave. They're going down the list of things that if you even had the tools at home, they're already strapped, first of all.
Oh yeah. This is a bad life choice.
So like what do you, so they don't fucking dick around, and if they had the knife, they come towards them, that person's getting shot. Yeah. So at home, do we not get afforded the same thing that the police would if the person was fucking breaking in and armed into the police station? Yeah. Why in the fuck would it be okay there, but then in my own personal home, if somebody breaks in and they've got a weapon on them because they want to rob, like who's going to break into a home while somebody's home and not have a weapon on them? Like, what are you even talking about?
I'm going to keep it a buck. Weapon or no weapon, bro. I see a stranger in my home and my wife and son are there sleeping. I don't know what am I supposed to do? Talk these motherfuckers down? Like, hey, yo, bro, whoa, what's going on here, man? What can I do for you? Like, what do you need? Like, what do you need, bro? It's like, no, I just
you got a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
Yeah, seriously.
Pull out the Bible.
I'm sorry. Like, yeah, sure. I'll yell, tell them to leave. Like, you know what I mean? I'll do everything in my power. And I mean, we're talking like split seconds. Like, we're talking, This is like, you ain't got a whole lot of fucking time to figure
and maybe
shit out.
There's more
like,
than one and you don't know.
Oh, exactly. Multiple people, then it's like, okay, well, I mean, shit.
Now we going straight to the most deadly fucking option because this is now you have no choice.
You have no choice, bro.
So it's a dumb thing. It should probably already be there. It's only been allowed to go on this long as far as I'm concerned because it has been such a rare crime in the country. But again, as population goes up and as people move from outside the city in and the density goes up and the economic situation gets worse for the average person and the middle class gets squashed into the lower and everyone's strapped for fucking money and everything else and the tension goes up, it'll happen more. And then it will turn into a thing where I mean it's not going to suddenly start being like every fucking day of the week shit's going to happen, but it will go up.
No,
and eventually it will become a talking point for politicians to really run on.
Most break-ins happen when nobody's home.
Yeah, exactly.
What I mean? People
because they don't want to put their lives in danger either. They don't want to
deal with it either. Exactly. Right? They're there to steal shit. They're not there typically to harm people. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to go in there and turn this into something. They want to go in there and steal a few items and be gone, right? But, you know, it is what it is. It's a stupid law. I'm sure it will. Like what Adam said, I think it will change. It's already starting to be spoken about now. I don't see why it wouldn't be a thing at this point. You know, with or without how much it happens, you know. But at the same time, we live in Canada, right? Our government are absolute a bunch of fucking libtard dumb fucks. I'm sorry, and I just don't understand. I just don't understand 99% of, not 99. I don't understand 75% of this the stuff that goes on. It's just it's gone. It's just gone to a whole nother level of stupid. But anyway, I digress. It is what it is. For fuck's sake, somebody breaks into somebody's home, you should be able to literally defend however you deem fit in that situation. Don't fucking give me the, oh, well, you could have got out of there without hurting somebody. Maybe that dumb motherfucker or motherfucker shouldn't have been in my home threatening my family.
You could have not broken into my home.
I did. Exactly. It's my place of sanctuary. This is my safe place. You coming in unannounced, uninvited, with ill intentions. What do you expect me to do? Dumb motherfuckers? Stupid dumb fucks? Like, how do you even defend that, dude? People defend that shit is just stupid. It's just dumb.
The shittiest part is the question you have to ask yourself is why had nobody done it? You know, in the history, you know, since we've been born in the 80s, right? No government in power has ever done it. No province and no federal government has ever done it anywhere in the country. And I don't recall a time in my life in which it's even been a thing that anyone's run on as a platform piece in any capacity. Like, it's never, nobody's done it. Conservatives ain't done it. Liberals ain't done it. NDP that run provinces ain't done it. No person in politics has ever moved the needle to make it happen. So the question you got to ask is, why has nobody fucking done it? Even if they were to some degree in favor of it. And the only thing I can come up with is that for whatever reason, they either A, feel like they can't spend the time to run on that on the platform because there's too many other things that they need to run on in order to get votes, or something else. It's being
discussed. Yeah, I mean, it's being discussed right now, and they're trying to, you know, to make it happen now. I mean, you know, and again, you know, I think people from both sides of the aisle agree, for the most part, that, like, I can't imagine, like, you know what I mean? I don't think this is a right and left debate, so to speak. I think, you know, any regular human being that actually, you know, takes pride in their home and the people in it and that want to protect them, I don't know how you can argue that. It doesn't make any sense, you know? It's totally different if somebody's on your lawn, right?
Yeah, you don't just walk outside and start popping off.
You just lock your door, call the cops, be done with it, right?
Yeah.
But when somebody's physically breaking into your home while you sleep,
yeah, that's a different animal entirely.
All bets are off. I don't care what side of the aisle you are on, what you believe in. Your natural instincts as a human and a protector is going to just click in, and it's time. What else do you do? What else do you do? You know, we're not, you know, these people that are like trying to fucking, you know, look for a reason to shoot somebody or kill somebody. That's not what this is at all. You know, it isn't as crazy as some places in the States where it's like, if you're on my lawn, get off my lawn or I'll fucking kill you. And I got the right to do. It's like, no, that ain't it. I'm not looking for that. Somebody wants to be on my lawn and they're not invited, I'm gonna just call the cops. Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just call the cops. That's it. I'm gonna stay in my house where it's safe, lock the doors, call the cops, be done with it. I'm not going out there with a fucking 12-gauge shotgun, you know, going, hey, it's your time to meet the maker because you stepped on my lawn and that's it. And I've got the God-given right to do it. That ain't it. It's come in. All bets are off. All laws are off. When you're in a fight or flight situation, do or die situation, you don't think, what is the Canadian law here right now? What are the consequences of me trying to take somebody's life or subduing somebody or causing harm to them? You know, I'm going to be charged. They're going to sue me and win. Dude, go for it. Go for it. You know, like, I mean, what else do I do? I tell my wife and my son, sorry, man, daddy couldn't do this because, you know, it's against the law to, you know, defend the house. I'm supposed to just lock us all into a bedroom, call the cops, and that's the show.
That's crazy.
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah,
well,
we're not looking for trouble, you know.
Well, we will find out when at some point when it's properly tabled, we will see where everyone stands on the issue on our political spectrum, and see if we can get it passed. But it hasn't been passed at this point. We've been alive for a hot minute, so we'll have to wait and see if it eventually does get enough heat to push enough people in. The Blainer, could you name up to 3 things between you two that one likes and the other one does not like? God. They would have to be pretty like inane things. Because we are largely pretty lined up on most general, like we have similar fucking hobbies and interests and fucking big shocker, 25 years, 26 years when you're friends with somebody, there's not like a huge laundry list. Fuck. I mean, I'm trying to even think of something like really obtuse. Fuck.
I don't know.
I really don't know.
Adam likes that I don't like. I mean, Adam likes some of like the Adam likes some really dry like
true, yeah,
really
like
dry humor, comedy type shit that like I'm not a huge fan of. There are pockets of that stuff that I do enjoy. Like I do like Mr. Bean a lot and stuff. Like there are like pockets of that stuff. But Adam's got a little bit of a different
really broad sense of humor in general. I like a lot of humor stuff, and it does reach pretty far into the dry, sarcastic stuff. That's true. That's probably reasonable. The difference is that everything that you find funny, I probably find funny. Because I just have such a huge broad, like my humor, like I just have such a broad fucking sense of you, like what I find funny. I just like laughing in general. So like I have like a lot of stuff. I'm sure people have noticed. You've never heard me sound like a fucking monkey laughing on WarCraft before. That's never happened. I laugh at my own shit. I'm my own biggest fan. Yeah, but like generally speaking, I mean, even food-wise, we've always been relatively similar. Like there's not like a hell of a lot that like one of us is, enjoys, the other one doesn't. Are you a lobster guy?
Yeah, I love lobster.
Okay, there you go. There's one. I'm not a lobster guy. We did it.
There you go.
we found the great divide. Lobster.
I can't really think of a lot of things that we don't really have some kind of similar taste, like across the spectrum, like whether it's music, movies, politics.
It's almost all the same.
It's very similar. Like, there's like little off ramps, and specific things that we may not fully agree on, but like at the same time,
not in like a like-dislike scenario type situation. Yeah, that's tough. But hey, I mean, what do you expect? 20, is it 25 or 26? It's up there. It's one of those two. It's long enough that I forgot. Liam, have you seen the newest Sora AI? Oh, this is another Sora AI. Yes. Where's the line for AI videos when it comes to balancing memes and humor with IP rights? The line has already been crossed. They are literally training this on intellectual property. They don't care. They pay the fine. We're all cooked. It's fucked. And the reason why is because the companies that are doing it have more money than God, and there's nothing you can do about it because money rules everything. AI is currently the fastest way for any individual CEO or board of directors to like quadruple their net worth in like a 4-year period of time. And so there's not much that can be done there. You're just going to be, oh, hello, wife and child to be. You getting something for dinner? Ah, we're baking. Fantastic. I look forward to eating whatever that is. Good luck. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, we're the biggest problem, of course, is that even if the government in any country didn't also benefit from this at the same time, like they always do with major corporations of any kind, the government moves too slow. So, like, even if they let's say magic scenario, our governments were completely opposed to how AI is currently being used in many contexts. Because they're breaking laws of various ways, and the wheels are going to fall off, and it's going to get very fucked up very quick. So let's say they did. The speed of government is like 1/100th of the speed of free market economy. So there is no shot that the government would ever. The only way for them to get ahead of it is to be draconian in whatever law they do pass. So, because you only get like one chance. Like you could enact laws, but by the time the law comes in, it's laws that were accounting for shit that happened like fucking 4 years ago. So you'd have to get draconian. Like the law that you did would have to be so fucked, so broad-reaching, and just fucking anything you come up with that nobody would like it because it's so fucked. And it's the only way, because otherwise the government moves too slow. So we are completely at the whim of a bunch of people that are completely separated from reality, not just because of AI, but because they have so much goddamn money they don't even know what life is anymore. We are at their whims as to how all of this pans out from an entertainment side and otherwise. So we're just, you're along for the ride. My best thing that I would say if I'm silver lining any of this as a content creator, even as a hobbyist, and then out in the real world in various capacities, a thing that has lost value over time but will, by necessity, become extraordinarily valuable moving forward is people's trust in who they are doing business with. Whether it is a singular one-off purchase at the fucking grocery store or talking to a teller at a bank instead of doing everything through a fucking like AI fucking thing at a teller, like, trust will eventually become a very valuable business resource that some companies will feign up front. They're gonna try to like convince you that they're trustworthy. But the people, content creators and whatnot, people will start looking for it because people find this. A lot of people, when I say people, I mean like normies. The average person that's just kind of fucking out there. They find a lot of this kind of like semi-entertaining because all they see is just what's in front of them. They don't see like the knock-on effects. It will eventually hit them, and when it does, things will change. But until then, it's Will Smith eating spaghetti, bro. I mean, what are you gonna do? That's literally the death knell of the internet was Will Smith eating spaghetti. You thought it was Will Smith smacking Chris Rock? No, it's Will Smith eating spaghetti. That's the real one, right there. Oh, last one, Mr. Black. Last question.
Okay.
Comes in from Sour Apple. I'll refresh just to be sure, but Sour Apple asks, if you are to play WarCraft 3 to a pro level, if you were setting out to try to hit pro level WarCraft 3, what race are you picking? You going Night Elf?
Yeah.
Man. I want to also say Night Elf, but I think that I'd probably fall into doing the Undead.
The Undead?
I always, when I played Ladder a million years ago, I predominantly played Night Elf and Undead. I was dog shit with human. I was dog shit with orcs. The only thing I could do with the orcs was Blade Master cheese, which is still a thing today because it's not like the game has fucking gotten patched in a million years. So like the idea of like Blade Master just showing up and critting your fucking shit for like 7,000 damage and then being like, ha, peace. It's still totally a thing that happens. But yeah, I feel like I'd probably gravitate towards Undead. I always just kind of dug how they operated. They were, there was a lot of opportunity for macro play with them, and yeah, it was kind of fun, and their heroes were kind of fun. I will say that if I wish I could be the best at a certain race, it would probably be Night Elf. But I always tried, and I just couldn't fucking get that great at it. I just always fucked it up. Night Elf is a bit of a high IQ situation.
Yeah.
You're either good with dryads or you're ass. That's like your two. Yeah. If you can't nail dryads and get like 2 heroes going, you're fucked. With the undead, you can be a little bit sloppy in the early game because your ghouls kind of allow you to be sloppy in the early game. Like the guys collecting lumber are also viable early game attack units. So you get a little bit of sloppy play that you can kind of fucking do. And you got your fucking towers that are also like easy to use for defense, that are also like what you need to build for your supply. So it's like a dual purpose, the Zygots or whatever they're fucking called. So yeah, you get a little bit, it's me, I'm ass. So if I'm ass, I might as well, you'll be ass with undead. But I fuck, dude, the Night Elves are such a dope race in that game. WarCraft 3's fire. I still watch fucking Grubby.
Yeah. Grubby
still watch
like
him.
Fucking big in that. Yeah, he's been crushing that for a hot minute.
Yeah, I still watch him occasionally when he posts a video. I'll watch a match or two, and I'm just reminded of how fire WarCraft 3 is. It's so good. Yeah. It's so fucking good.
Grubby, man. Grubby's been out there just grinding for. He's like one of the dudes. Yeah, he's like just one of the dudes that's just been doing it, like the whole time. And I'm not even just talking about just WarCraft. Like he's been out there on the stream grind.
Yeah, constantly.
He's still going. Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, shout outs to Grubby. He's an OG. And to pick a game like WarCraft as your primary driver, I mean that's I have to respect that, because that shit is
he's been playing a ton of Darkest Dungeon 2 lately. But
really?
I mean, Warcraft 3 has been his jam for
years. He is a good ass Warcraft 3 player. That dude is a mean Warcraft 3 player. So yeah, very fire. I do always I've said this before, I do always secretly hope that Warcraft 3 has a minor little resurgence, not to be like massive, but enough that I can like, it's definitely climbed up a little bit. I want to, I want to fucking get it, because if like I've said, if I think that if RTS is to ever make a comeback in the sense that it's a little bit more mainstream, I think you have to go back towards Warcraft 3, because people are so used to League of Legends, Dota, which is Warcraft is where that came from. The idea of hero units, things of that nature, more micro, less macro on average. I think that's kind of where it kind of has to go. So I haven't looked, but maybe they are still doing some tournaments and stuff. I'd love to go watch some fucking Warcraft 3 tournaments.
There was that big streamer. There was that big streamers tournament.
Oh, really? Oh, true. I remember that somebody mentioned that to us. I never went to go watch that. Did you catch any of that when it happened?
I watched a little bit, but not much. I was just so busy. But there's a bunch of streamers that are playing it. Dude, Warcraft 3 is like a bigger game on Twitch than StarCraft 2. Like, there's more.
Seriously?
Like, oh, dude,
I never get a chance to watch streams like fucking ever, so I don't know this.
Yeah. Like Warcraft 3. Let me see here. Warcraft.
Probably depends on who's online at the time too, because
probably
both of them are niche enough.
Yeah, right now there's not a ton. Top one is 446 viewers. But,
that's pretty good though for Warcraft 3. You got 400 fucking viewers playing Warcraft 3.
Yeah, 800 for the top one for StarCraft, but the next one is 200. So I mean,
it's not far off.
There's only 300 viewer difference between the two right now on Twitch.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's super fire, and there's room for it, because those are very wildly different games, like incredibly fucking different. I did watch a Grubby video where one of the guys he was up against, his strategy was literally just towers in the base and then all heroes and hero grinding. And just the idea that that's even viable is just
That's cool.
fucking dope to me. Because like you're like the breadth of play, like the fact that you could just run around and you're stealing experience and you've got like 4 different heroes. And at that point, you're playing like League of Legends with 4 heroes simultaneously, basically. That's it's kind of dope. So yeah. On that note, unless you have any other little tidbits of anything to
nothing
to drop, did you watch any more Slop recently? A little dating show Slop? We haven't got a chance because we're not doing the normal.
We're watching Love Is Blind.
Oh, is this the UK? Is this the UK one,
no,
or which one
US
is this?
One.
The
US. We already watched the UK one. Now we're on the US one.
So how did the UK one end? Was it good, or was it just kind of mid, or how did that one go?
Okay, it was an okay season. Yeah, it was okay season. This US one is, bro.
Did they find the grenades?
Oh, buddy, the biggest grenades in Love Is Blind history. There's a guy named Edmund.
Yeah.
Bro,
Edmund just sounds like an asshole right off the rip. Just that name does not carry great.
The thing is, he's not even really an asshole. He's just out there, and he's got some serious issues. Like he needs to go see a. He needs to go see.
The producers have officially hit. We need to find people with certain psychological profiles to get it.
Bro, in the trailer, he said, "I eat my own boogers."
No, bro. You don't admit that out loud, bro.
Bro, you should. I'm telling you. Yeah, yeah. So yeah. Anyway, we're watching. We have one more episode to watch, like one episode and a little bit of another one, and then we're all caught up. And then I think the final 2 episodes are coming out on like this coming Wednesday. So yeah, it's
so a bit of a comeback because the last season was.
Oh, this one's definitely better. It's more entertaining. But yeah, I mean,
do you think a single couple is making out of that one alive, or is this just a dumpster fire from top to bottom?
No, I don't think anybody's making it in this one. I don't think anybody's making it. I don't think anybody's making it, bro. That's how wild this one is.
Wow.
I don't think anybody's making it. And dude, you should see the stuff that happened in the pods. My God. Like you should watch it, bro. There's one episode in particular where there's one chick, she literally like starts having pod sex. And like we're talking like
basically like telephone sex at this point, for all intents and purposes.
Like, bro, she's like, I want to have you in my mouth, and I want to be on you, and I want to, she's saying some crazy shit, and she's doing this out of like desperation and stuff. Like, this is crazy, dude. And I don't want to spoil anything, but like some wild shit goes down.
God.
Some crazy shit goes down, bro.
The producers are like, we got to let the guardrails off a little bit and let some true crazy people in, because last season wasn't it.
Dude, and this shit kind of pops off like right from like episode 2. Like, episode 1, people are already getting engaged.
Bro,
on episode 1.
Stop! No shot! Oh my God!
And the guy that gets engaged in episode 1, he like hits the jackpot, and he can't fucking believe it, bro. He's like, "Oh my God, I got me a Brazilian."
Did she hit the jackpot?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not like he hit it. That's
a one-way jackpot on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, now that I'm like episode 7 in. And she's, the things that she's looking for, and you can just see he's going, oh man, fuck. Oh. Yeah. You and Em would like this one. This is a drama-filled one. There's not a whole lot of lovey-dovey stuff. But it's entertaining. It's entertaining. And it's like, it's not like the type of bad that's like, it's hard to watch. But it's just like it is a train wreck, and it's like it's an enjoyable train wreck.
Shit! Yeah. Now I might have to try to convince her. It is movie night tonight. Maybe
it's a good one.
Maybe I can convince her to
get a couple
watch
episodes in.
Fuck, yeah. That does sound good.
Oh, it's good.
Sounds good.
It's good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end it on that beauty. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed yourselves. And we kept you company on the car ride to and from work, or otherwise, again, as always, pooping on company time as long as possible. No fiber in your diet. Drag that shit out. We'll see you guys next week for some more of the Technical Podcast. And again, if you're all the way to the end, you're more likely to be in this group. But any Patreon subscribers, any value, $1 and higher, we open it up now every week, early-ish in the day, for your news suggestions that you want us to talk about and tech support all in one post. So it's no longer $5 and up. It's anyone that's on $1 and higher. And we love to just take, because we get a better idea of what you guys actually want to hear us talk about from game news, movie news, and all that stuff. And then your tech support questions. So make sure to head on over patreon.com/LagTV. And until we see you guys next week, stay safe out there. Enjoy yourselves. And peace.
Peace.